You live here?
When I was a kid.
Why grow up?
Here you go. How can you not be home? Nothing changes. Hello? I'm home. Mom? Anybody home? Jack? Jack? Mom? 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 Mom?
You humiliated me.
You knew me when we first met.
Yeah, you were discreet when we first met, don't you? Calm
I'm
down.
going to bed.
Don't you turn your back on me!
In here?
You know, Jack McBride changed this. 25 years he wrote that column. People find out about this, it'll be like losing a member of the family. I'm sorry for your loss, Miss Hanson.
When can I talk to my mother?
We'll have to bring her in and find out for ourselves what happened.
I don't want her talking to you before her lawyer gets there.
With all due respect, that's her decision to make. Were you close to him?
No. My mother married him about 3 years ago.
Right, I remember the wedding. Crime beat columnist Jack McBride marries flamboyant socialite Maureen Hanson. Big headlines. Nobody saw that coming.
Yeah. That's my mother. Nobody ever sees it coming.
He was what, her third husband?
Fourth. One before my father, one before Jack.
Were your mother and Jack having problems? I mean, anything she might have mentioned on the phone.
We didn't have that kind of relationship. I haven't even really been back here since my father died.
Oh, what did he die of?
Heart attack.
And what brought you back now?
Taking some time off before I start grad school. I thought it would be a good time to reconnect.
It's interesting timing.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. Just that you arrived from New York the same day your mother's husband is killed.
You're not very subtle, Detective. What time do you think Jack was killed?
The ME thinks around 2 a.m.
At 2 a.m., I was on the red eye from JFK. And I'm sure with a little effort, you could find the cab driver who dropped me off here 20 minutes ago.
I'll do just that.
Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to call my mother's lawyer for her. I can do that, right?
Yeah, of course. I'm just going to ask that you stay in Seattle for a few days. We're going to have more questions for you.
You think I'd leave now?
Miss Hanson, you wouldn't believe the things I've seen people do. One other thing,
Yes?
your clothes.
What?
I'll need them. They're evidence. I'll be in touch.
Maureen Hanson was officially arrested today in the murder of her husband, Jack McBride.
Jack McBride solved cases the police couldn't, earning him enemies in high and low places.
It's perhaps a fitting epitaph that the only murder Jack McBride couldn't solve was his own.
So no bail. The district attorney convinced the judge that I'm a flight risk. The idiot believed him. Fletcher said he had him wrapped around his finger.
Oh, I never liked Fletcher.
Sweetheart, since when did you ever like any of my friends?
Okay, Mom, can we not get into this right now?
I just want to go home, take a shower, have a nice glass of Shiraz.
Jack's dead, Mom. You know that, right? They think you killed him.
But I don't think I did.
You don't think.
No, I think it's highly unlikely.
Oh, that's not the same as no, I didn't shoot him.
I don't remember shooting him.
What do you remember?
I remember dinner and drinks.
That's all?
More drinks.
Mother.
All right. And then we got home, and yes, we were a little drunk, and I had a splitting headache.
You know you are not supposed to combine your medications with alcohol.
I lay down on the couch. And then I saw Jack. And there was blood pouring out of him. And I thought, my God, he's dead. And then I had to laugh. Because son of a bitch deserves this.
Keep that part to yourself.
Joanne, I loved Jack, and he loved me. The only problem was Jack loved a lot of ladies. He loved the strippers, and he loved the models, and he loved the editors.
You're one to talk about being unfaithful.
All right. I know this homecoming isn't exactly what you expected. You're looking good. You come home to tell me you're going to get married.
Sorry, Mom. I'm still single.
Now that is a crime. You've got to help me, Joanne. Find out who did this.
I will, Mom. I promise.
I may have been a lot of contemptible things in my life, but never a murderer.
Hanson!
Miss Hanson!
Hanson!
You believe your mother killed Jack McBride?
Miss Hanson, did your mother confess?
Joe, hi!
Hanson, did your mother confess to the murder?
No,
Miss Hanson!
my God, I can't believe this.
I know, this is crazy.
What are you doing here?
I'm covering this story for the Trib.
You're a reporter now?
Yeah. Well, a research assistant, you know, thanks to Jack.
Yeah, I heard that he'd given you a job.
Yeah, I'll tell you all about it. Just get in.
I can't believe it's really you.
It's really me. Joe, I'm just so sorry.
I know. Thanks. It's like I'm in a bad dream. I just keep trying to wake up, but It won't stop. I was gonna call, see if I could find you.
It's okay. It's okay, I found you.
Just in time.
I guess it was about 4 years ago, just after you went away to school. I needed a job. I asked your mom if she would ask Jack if he would help me, and the next thing I knew, I was a research assistant. I didn't even know what a library was.
I was just lying there in a pool of blood. Never seen a dead person before.
I hang at the morgue, so I'm kind of used to it.
It's hard to picture you hanging at the morgue. Riding a mechanical bull, maybe.
Well, being a mother changes everything.
Oh, how is Mary Beth?
She is an angel.
Yeah.
It's the first thing in my life that gave me purpose. Although sometimes I worry, that I'm trying too hard to give her the mother that I never had. I never met my father, and my mom was always taking extra shifts at the hospital. And
You wanted to spend time with your mom, but couldn't. I could, but didn't want to.
Well, thank God we had each other.
Yeah. I remember in high school, you spent so much time at our house. You practically lived there. It's like you were part of the family.
I wish. Then your dad died, and you went away to school, and...
Yeah. I am sorry that I didn't keep in touch.
Takes two to tango.
You want to try dancing again?
If you can forgive my 2 left feet.
I don't even have feet, so.
You mind if I do a little research?
You've got the exclusive.
What do you think happened?
I think someone broke in, found the gun, and shot him. My mom was passed out and missed the whole thing.
But Gibson said that there's only 2 sets of prints on the gun, your mother's and Jack's, and there was no signs of a break-in.
Maybe he knew the killer, opened the door for him.
I think we need more than theories. The DA's got enough to charge her. I think the only reason that he hasn't is he doesn't want to make a mistake.
Jack had as many powerful friends as he did enemies. I need a hotel and a car.
Well, a car you can rent, but a hotel you forget. You stay with me. I got a pull-out couch in the living room.
Sam won't mind?
Sam will not know. We're separated.
He was a great man. Knew this city better than anyone. All its secrets, all its lies. I can't tell you how sorry I am. So what can I do for you, Joe?
You can start by getting my mother out of custody.
Well, given her resources and the time she spent abroad, the court considered her a flight risk. Bail was denied.
I know that. Can't you claim medical considerations, something like that? I can tell she's not taking her medication.
Well, actually, that was my call. I want her off all her meds before her psychiatric exam.
My mother is not insane.
I don't think the judge will accept your opinion as expert.
Not guilty by reason of insanity. That's your strategy?
Joanne, you found Jack with 3 bullet holes in his back, all fired from the same handgun your mother liked to wave around at parties after she'd had a few too many cocktails.
She didn't own bullets. The gun was never loaded.
It was last night. She'd been drinking heavily, on her medication, rendering her judgment impaired at best and psychotic at worst.
She's bipolar, Fletcher, not psychotic. You've known her 20 years.
But I won't be sitting on the jury, and the people who are will have no trouble connecting the dots. Your mother had means and motive.
The affairs?
And the gambling. Oh, Jack was a card player. Very high risk, like the rest of his life. He'd gone through his savings, and he was starting in on your mother's. People heard them arguing about money.
Mr. Matthews, they're waiting for you in the conference room.
Thank you. Tell him I'll be 2 minutes. Can I walk you out?
I know the way out.
And yet you're not leaving.
We're not finished yet.
I suppose not. The problem now is with intent. If she meant to kill him, it's a capital case. Not guilty by reason of insanity takes the death penalty off the table.
What about my mother is innocent? What about somebody else killed Jack?
Your mother has asked me to conduct this case as I see fit, Joanne. Feel free to take your concerns to her at any time.
Do you think she killed Jack?
I never ask my clients or myself that question, especially if they're friends.
Well, I don't think my mother's a murderer. So help me figure out who might have wanted Jack dead.
Supposedly, Jack was writing a book. 25 years of looking in the dark corners. Maybe someone in the book, if there is a book, didn't want to be exposed.
So find the book, find the killer.
Maybe. Look, the psychiatric exam buys you 1 week. If your mother is innocent, that's all the time you'll have to prove it. Joanne, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Why are you such a bitch to me?
Well, it might have something to do with the fact that you've never missed an opportunity to hit on my mother.
I flirt with her, Joe.
Maybe you're glad he's dead.
This meeting is over.
Hey, good morning.
Hi. What time is it?
Oh, time to go to work? You were out late.
I rented a car, got something to eat, and drove around for a while. Yeah, I was late before I knew it. I forgot how much I like this city.
Oh, well, you grew up someplace. Don't forget, it's home. So did you get some sleep?
Oh, not really. I can't turn my brain off.
Ah, yeah, I know that feeling.
Where's Mary Beth? I was looking forward to meeting her. I thought maybe she'd come and wake me up, you know. Annie Joe's here or something like that.
She's just staying at a friend's place right now.
Why?
It's just not a very good environment for her right now.
Why would you say that?
Because I'm afraid that one day I'm gonna come back and find out that he's taken her. I mean, Sam shows up whenever he wants. He rants and raves about what a terrible mother I am, and when he drinks.
What happened to him? Gosh, he used to be so talented.
Well, you know, 3 CDs, no label, no management. Lost his band. He just kind of fell apart. Now he's a roadie for a band that doesn't even tour. Yeah. Anyhow, I'm sorry. I said that I would not do this.
Do what?
Unload on you. I think you got a lot more important things on your mind right now.
I'd say that's what friends are for.
Thanks. I can help you, you know. I mean, if you want to, I have access to things, people, files, computers. I mean, I don't know what you have planned, but I've known you and your mom my whole life, so whatever you want, you name it, I'm in.
Thanks, Aaron.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna need all the help I can get.
I help you?
You surprised me.
I'm sorry. I hate surprises too.
Are you a detective?
Who are you?
Joanne Hansen. My mom lives here. I was
No
just...
problem. Hey, you didn't find Jack McBride's book, did you?
How did you know I was looking for the book?
Wild guess.
Where's the damn book, Jack?
It's here. I still wouldn't give you the goddamn thing.
Would you mind showing me your badge?
Sure. Rule number 1, no screaming. Rule number 2, do not make me ask twice, where's the book?
I don't know.
Rule number 2, do not make me ask twice.
It's in the bottom drawer.
Thank you.
Get up!
Where is it?
Where is it?
I don't know!
Police! Who's here? Who's in the house?
Thank you.
You didn't see the yellow tape?
I just want to go home.
And he was going to burn your face?
Yes.
Greasy man with a knife.
Ask the officer. I'm telling the truth.
The officer who was at the house didn't hear anything.
He heard me scream. That's why he came in, right?
You could have screamed when you fell against the bar, slipped, and broke the bottle.
Why don't you put that imagination to work figuring out who killed Jack?
I think you were looking for the book.
Whoever killed Jack could be in that book. Maybe the man who attacked me.
Your mother killed Jack. That's what all the evidence says.
The evidence is wrong.
You hear that, Chris? Miss Hansen's a criminologist now. Well, you better hope the evidence isn't wrong, Miss Hansen, because if your mother didn't kill Jack, we might start to think you did.
She was at the crime scene with blood on her hands.
This is ridiculous. Am I under arrest for breaking into my own mother's house?
I don't know, Gib. We can arrest her?
No, I'm feeling lenient, but stay away from that house. We're done. I want that book.
Not smart, Joanne. You should have phoned me first. Instead, I'm left fielding calls from Detective Gibson, who tells me you broke into a crime scene, ransacked Jack's office...
That's a lie.
...disrupted evidence, and God knows what else.
Did he tell you about the man with the knife who tried to burn my face?
Yes, unfortunately, that argument doesn't work in your favor. If your mother is innocent, the murderer is still out there. You come off as reckless and foolish.
Oh, thanks for the vote of confidence.
Look, let's do us both a favor and not mention this little escapade to Maureen, all right? She's got enough to worry about. I've got some better news. One of your mother's antidepressants has come under FDA attack. A class action lawsuit has been filed. Physicians are lining up against the manufacturer. Your mother's dosage falls inside the questionable range.
My mother's dosage.
I checked the prescription. Above a certain milligram amount, research has shown this particular antidepressant actually triggers psychotic mood swings.
Stop.
And combined with alcohol...
And you're still using the insanity plea.
I'm just doing what's best for your mother, Joe. Believe it or not, I could make a hell of a lot more money just taking it to trial.
Now, why doesn't that make me feel any better? You didn't tell me about the gambling.
Well, Joanne, I was hardly in state of mind to answer questions you weren't even asking.
Did you know about it?
Yes. Jack played cards.
How much did he lose?
Well, quite a bit, I imagine.
He took money from you to pay it off.
Yes.
How much?
I don't know. A lot. It's only money, Joanne. I don't think much about money.
I can't believe you, Mother. I really can't. I mean, this is off the charts, even for you.
Doesn't look good, I admit it.
Doesn't look good? Mom, it's pure motive. Add the gambling to the affairs and your mood swing drugs and a half dozen vodka martinis. And Jesus, Mom, are you telling me the truth or not? Did you kill Jack?
Oh, did you do it? He smiled at me.
What?
He smiled at me. I was lying on the couch. I couldn't make it to the bedroom. He said something funny. I don't remember what. And there was someone else.
Who?
I don't know.
But there was someone else there.
Yes, he was talking to someone. Well, but it wasn't me.
Why didn't you tell anybody about this before?
Sweetheart, it just came up.
Well, you have to tell Detective Gibson. Though I doubt they will believe that just came to you.
Oh, but Joanne, you will believe me, won't you?
Are you okay?
I'm not psychotic, if that's what you're thinking. So where are you staying?
With Aaron.
Maybe you should talk to Sam.
Sam and Aaron is none of my business, Mom.
Yeah, I know, but Sam and Jack might be.
Sam and Jack?
Sam hated Jack.
Why?
I don't know. He didn't talk about it much. Jack would always say there were bigger crimes to investigate than gossip.
I'm with the band.
And I just dropped dead of shock.
All right, Sam.
I've been better.
I would have called, but you don't have a phone.
Yeah, it's a problem. I know. It's been a long time.
Yeah,
Seen Erin yet?
I'm staying with her.
Yeah, she's completely out of her mind. You know, she hasn't let me see my daughter in 2 months.
Why not?
Don't play dumb. You girls are like a sewing circle. Would you come down here to straighten me out? Tell me to stop drinking, get a day job?
No.
No. Oh, that's right. That's because you never gave a damn about me. Thought Erin was too good for my crap. Well, you were right. Happy?
I don't know if you know, but
Yeah. I read the papers. Not completely comatose. How's your mother?
not so good. Actually, she's the one who told me to talk to you.
About what?
Jack.
He's total ass. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to spit on the dead, am I? Oh. Hell, no, I'm not sorry. Actually, you didn't know him well anyway, did you?
Not really.
Yeah, well, Aaron worshipped him. Spent nights, weekends, and holidays busting ass for him. Left me to babysit. You know how hard it is lugging a kid to a club you're playing?
When was the last time you saw Jack?
Are you a cop now?
No.
Why you want to know?
Just trying to figure out what happened. Thought you might know something. Anything.
Anything. Let me think. Oh, wait. I just remembered. I killed Jack.
Aaron, get the hell out of my house!
Is that what you're looking for? I have work to do.
He's not even the same person.
So I wasn't being paranoid.
No. I was actually scared of him for a minute. I mean, he always had an edge.
It's a polite way of saying that you never really liked him.
I never said that.
You didn't have to, I knew. But I loved you because you never tried to impose.
So, Sam hated Jack because you worked hard for him?
Oh, Sam's just twisted. I mean, he blames Jack for ruining his life. I was as lost and messed up as Sam was, and Jack turned me around. So Sam blames Jack for killing our marriage.
Think he hated him enough to kill him?
Oh, God.
We should bring that to the police.
Well, without any evidence, they're never going to take us seriously. Besides, if he didn't kill Jack, then we would be making a suspect out of an innocent man and ruin whatever little bit of life he has left. My turn?
Go for it.
All right. Jack had an agent, right?
A book agent?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Martin Leitner. I'd say if anybody knows where that book is, he does.
Aaron, that's great.
Well, it gets better, or worse, depending on how you look at it.
What?
6 years ago, Jack exposed this ring of corruption in one of the Vice Squad teams. They were stealing money confiscated from their drug busts, hundreds and hundreds of thousands. Plus, they killed a bunch of guys, drug dealers, but still, they executed them. And 8 cops went to jail.
And one of them is someone we know?
Mm-hmm. Detective Gibson. But not our detective, Brian Gibson. His brother, Rich. Captain of the Vice Squad. He got 25 to life.
Jack busted the brother of the detective who's trying to pin the murder on my mother.
I got a message from my brother.
Exactly. That's one more reason not to talk to the police anymore.
Okay, so, it's either Gibson,
Sam,
or the man with the knife. But it was not my mother.
I don't think so.
How do I prove it? All of the evidence still points to her.
Jack always said you never stop digging. Sometimes you strike gold, sometimes you dig your own grave, but you never stop digging.
Sam, thanks so much for coming out.
Thanks for taking the time.
My pleasure. Yeah, this horrid little place was one of Jack's favorite haunts. I thought it appropriate for us to meet here since this is where Jack and I met.
To discuss his book?
He called it his last public act. He was going to walk away from the column, and the book would be his final expose. Though he'd spent his career exposing the dark side of others, he said a final self-examination would be fitting and fair. It was time to tell all the private, personal stories he'd withheld from the column, including his own. He could knock this town on its ass.
Did he let you read any of it?
No. Jack had trust issues when it came to his book. He'd offer updates, discuss chapters and generalities.
How much of it had he written?
Well, believe it or not, he called me the day he was killed and told me he was going to finish it that night. I had a publisher lined up, $250,000. I could get twice that now. I'm sorry, truly, but I could.
So, where is it?
The dark side of the moon. I have no idea.
Did Jack talk about his gambling?
Your stepfather had a love-hate relationship with cards. He loved to play, hated to lose.
Do you know who he played with?
Miss Hanson, I'm a literary agent, not an expert in personal security, but even I feel qualified to advise you against this line of inquiry.
You know what, Mr. Leitner? You can either talk to me or Detective Gibson. But I have a feeling that if he talks to you, word might just get back to whoever it is you're warning me about.
There were various games throughout the years. The stakes grew larger as Jack became more successful. When he married your mother, his resources increased dramatically, and so did the size of the games. You know, not just anybody can ante up.
Who are they?
So where are you from?
New York now, but here originally. Haven't been back in a couple of years.
Miss it?
I miss the trees, not the rain.
Well, we've had a great summer. Thank God for global warming.
So is James here?
James? Don't know James.
Because I heard he lives here. Heard he does business in the back room.
I think you just finished your beer.
I didn't get your name.
Nope, you're not going to.
Maybe I can help.
If you're James,
And what if I was James?
I'd be asking to sit in on a poker game.
Gambling's illegal in this state. Miss Hanson?
So you know who I am. Then maybe you know that I couldn't give a damn about Jack. He was an ass. But he knew a game. Told me all about yours.
Really?
Yeah, he said you ran one and took a cut of the pot. Said he lost a fortune, but had a hell of a time.
You player, Miss Hanson? Well, maybe we should continue this conversation in the back room then.
Nice talking to you. Go Mariners! Enough, no more. Nothing happened. Don't you have to let the police do their job? Detective Gibson doesn't want the job. Maybe he's convinced my mom killed Jack, or maybe he killed Jack out of revenge for putting his brother away. Either way, he's made my mom the perfect suspect. I promised I'd get her out. I'm not gonna stop.
Sorry. Don't take this the wrong way, but you are so much more like your mother than you know.
God forbid.
Come on, once you two get something in your mind, there is no looking back.
It's called denial.
Maybe this terrible thing will bring you guys closer together.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to look the silver lining right now.
Okay, well, if you're gonna be a superhero, then you're gonna need a sidekick, right?
Right.
So, I made some phone calls, I went down to the morgue, and guess what I found?
Dead bodies.
Beautiful and funny. Hate you. Copy of the police report from the coroner's file. One thing that I have learned is that close-range gunfire means blood splatter. There are specific patterns for different guns and distances and positions, but there is always blood splatter. And, well, Jack was shot 3 times at close range. There was blood all over him, all over the floor, and there was not one drop on your mother.
But it was all over somebody.
There's no doubt about that.
Submit it!
Detective.
Miss Hanson, Detective Gibson asked me to give you a lift to our office.
I got a phone call from a dirtbag named William Garner, an attorney for an even bigger dirtbag named James Hagerty. Now, Mr. Garner's only job, as far as I can see, is to keep his client this side of prison, which isn't an easy task because Mr. Hagerty likes to hang out on the wrong side of the street.
I heard the same thing.
You did? Well, guess what? Mr. Garner called to inform me that a young woman named Jo Hanson was harassing Mr. Hagerty's staff at a bar he owns on Washington Drive.
They were harassing me. They threatened me.
Now, they're not threatening charges, but, and this is as close to a quote as I'm comfortable with, if she doesn't cease and desist her efforts and allegations, Mr. Hagerty will shut her trap.
He already tried. The guy at the bar works for Hagerty.
Who?
The man who attacked me at my mother's house.
Well, assuming that's true, why would Hagerty send his errand boy to tear up McBride's office?
Because Jack played cards in Hagerty's game.
Well, and what? And McBride owed him money?
Or he's in the book.
Miss Hanson, if you don't stop sticking your nose into other people's business, I'm gonna have you arrested for impeding a criminal investigation.
What investigation? You haven't done a single thing since you arrested my mother.
Because all the evidence points right at her. With her record, I'm surprised she hasn't been arrested for killing somebody before this.
What record? My mother has never been arrested before.
Well, that shows how well you know your own mother. You see this? That never saw the light of day, thanks to Jack's friends upstairs.
Domestic abuse.
Yeah, that's right. The neighbors heard a gunshot. The officers found your mother smashed out of her skull. The wife of a crime reporter arrested for beating up her husband. Now, you know, that's irony.
You want irony? How about you investigating the murder of a man who put your brother in jail?
Get out of my office.
You scared me to death.
What are you doing?
I had a nightmare, so I came here.
You're making toast?
The butter was attacking me. I heard the door being forced open.
Oh, yeah, it just stinks. I gotta get it fixed.
I thought you were sleeping too. You're just coming home? It's like 2:30 in the morning.
I just had to finish a story before we went to press. Welcome to the newspaper business.
Hey, Aaron.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I ask you about this?
It's a paternity test. Sam made me do it.
Why?
He thought I was having an affair with Jack.
Were you?
Please. Joe, he was like 30 years older than me. He was married to your mom. No, Sam was just crazy. He thought I was, so he wanted me to prove it.
He thought Mary Beth was Jack's daughter.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, his brain is soaked with alcohol.
Why didn't you just tell him no? Aaron, talk to me. What?
Because he hit me.
Aaron, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
He just pushed me down. He punched me in the face. Gave me a black eye. I was so embarrassed. I was humiliated to go to work. He broke a bunch of stuff in the house. He threatened to kill me. It was just bad. So I took the test.
You showed him the results?
Yeah. You know, Sam, he's crazy. I mean, that's why I sent Mary Beth away, really. I was just afraid that maybe he would do something to her. You know, or both of us. You know, I'm really tired. I think I'm gonna go to bed.
Hey, good night.
You're ready for that butter.
I'm tired of the psychiatrist. He's a ridiculous man.
His preliminary findings are leaning towards anxiety and depression. Psychosis doesn't seem likely to him.
I have anxiety because you have taken away my meds, and I'm depressed because you're still my attorney.
You can fire me anytime in the process, Maureen.
How many times have I fired you?
Over the years, I've lost count.
Well, you're fired.
Look, if you plead to manslaughter, it's 12 to 15, you'll be out in 8.
Months or weeks?
I can't put you on the stand. You won't hold up to cross-examination. Now, this deal's on the table for 24 hours. After that, Gibson has to let you go, or the DA has to charge you.
With what?
Murder in the first degree.
No.
No what?
No deal. She's not guilty. I need more time.
Time to do what? All you're running around so far has produced exactly nothing but complaints from the police and accusations of harassment.
Have you been harassing people?
No. Yes.
Who have you been harassing?
Jack played cards at this bar downtown. The guys there didn't like me asking questions. I think their boss is in the book.
You can't introduce a book that doesn't exist as evidence into a court of law.
It's somewhere.
Where?
Did you look in Jack's storage?
What storage?
Well, Jack was a collector, and I didn't want to bring all those things into my house, so he got a warehouse by the paper.
Do you have an address?
Details, Fletcher. Isn't that what I pay you for?
Matthews. Detective Gibson. He'd like to see you.
Can you tell him that I'll stop by later today?
I believe from his tone of voice he meant now.
You picked a bad boy to mess with. Ken Curry. KC, they call him. Assault with a deadly weapon, illegal possession of firearms, rape, robbery, conspiracy to commit murder. This guy spent half his life in prison and the other half trying to get back in. We picked him up for driving without insurance outside Hagerty's bar. It's bogus. We can't keep him. We just want you to confirm this is the guy.
Did you question him?
Up, down, and sideways. He's never heard of James Hagerty. He's never heard of Jack McBride. He's never heard of Maureen Hanson. He doesn't watch the news, read the papers. In fact, this guy has no idea about anything in the world whatsoever.
He's lying.
Every time he opens his mouth. But it's still a he said, she said.
So this is just a show for you?
Excuse me?
Picking him up, bringing me down here. You're covering your bases. You're gonna let my mother drown and me get killed to get back at Jack for what he did to your brother.
Jesus, you bitch at me when I won't follow your orders, and then when I do. We might as well be married. You think the real killer's in that book? Turn it over. It belongs to the Seattle Police Department.
You're in it, aren't you? Hagerty, you, your brother. You're all in it together.
Sometimes I wish I didn't wear a badge.
Joe, you can't just go around accusing a detective of being crooked.
I saw the picture. He played on Hagerty's softball team. Probably knows the guy who attacked me.
Listen, you need to be careful because those guys are dangerous.
At least they know that we're on to him. She's gorgeous. Just like her mother.
We blush.
You're obviously doing something right.
Well, I'm just trying to copy my mom, you know? She didn't have a lot of time for me, but she was there. She was there.
She was awesome.
I miss her every day. I mean, when she died, I cried for weeks. She was just young, you know? She was too young. Full-time nurse, full-time single mom. So that's me.
Does Sam know you want a divorce?
Still trying to muster the courage. I mean, what if he killed Jack? He hates me way more than he hates him. If he got away with it once, what is to stop him from doing it again? We won't let that happen. Yeah.
Hi, baby.
See this? You should have called. Do you want me to come with you? No, please, just stay. Sweetie, I thought you were working today.
What do you care? I already paid the rent.
I just feel a little uncomfortable when you show up wherever you want, whenever you want.
All right, Beth's happy to see me.
Honey, why don't you go over there where Auntie Jo is and you just go get her Nige, okay? All right, good girl.
See.
You have a lot of nerve showing up here. You? I saw you. You were the best little monkey up there.
What are you doing?
What am I doing? What are you even doing here?
Are you kidding me? I can't even have time to see my own daughter.
No, not anymore. I'm done.
How about you want some orange juice? Oh, okay.
Are you kidding me? This is where you do it? In a damn playground?
Where would you like me to do it, in a bar?
I'm gonna get a lawyer and I'm taking Mary Beth.
You can't even take care of yourself.
Like you're a perfect mother. You're so obsessed with this thing. You don't even.
I'm done. I'm not listening to this anymore. I have
Jenny, get go.
Okay, stay here, sweetie, okay?
No,
Stop it, Sam! Stop it! Are you crazy? She is right there.
Are you out of your mind? Just go home.
Go home.
I don't have a damn home anymore.
What are you gonna do? You gonna hit me too?
I never hit her.
I'll call the police. Just, Sam, would you just go? Just go. Are you okay? What was he yelling about? I did it. I did it. I told him that I want to get a divorce. Come here. You're so brave, honey. I don't know. It just came out. I thought maybe he wouldn't do anything because you were here. You were smart. I'm so worried that he's gonna take Mary Beth. I'm calling Detective Gibson. No, don't. Just I know how this goes already. They just slap a useless restraining order on him and he just gets more pissed off than he already is. God. My God, what happened to my life? Everything is gonna be okay. I promise. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Seriously, okay. You okay? Mary Beth, sweetie, it's okay. Mommy just fell down. Hey. Where'd you hide it, Jack?
My thoughts exactly. Good to see you again, Miss Hanson. And I believe you've already met King Curry.
You're following me?
Well, you're being a pain in the ass, Miss Hanson. I'm simply returning the favor.
Just like you did Jack a favor?
gave you 6 months. I gave you all I have. Why don't I just kill you and collect it from your wife?
I don't remember killing Jack. Casey, did we kill Jack McBride?
No, Mr. Hagerty. Jack owed us a lot of money.
Oh, that's right, he did. He did. Jack owed us $165,000 and change. I definitely remember that. You see, it's not likely that I would kill somebody that owed me that kind of money. That would be bad business.
That'd be stupid.
Stupid. Exactly.
Then who did?
Well, your mother did. That's what the papers say. Don't you think she did it? The gambling, the women, the prints on the gun. They've got a clear case against her. Jack was a friend of mine, Miss Hanson. I know that's hard for you to believe, but I'll lay you 2-to-1 odds that I saw more of him than your mother ever did.
I'm sure he wrote all about his quality time with you. The games, the important people who played them.
Definitely bad for business. Is it here?
Look for it yourself.
Patience. It's just not a quality that I care for. I simply don't have time, Miss Hanson. And so, unfortunately, neither do you. So please, 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 do not make me ask you again.
Remember, rule number 2, sister.
All right. Well, if I can't have it, nobody can.
Well, here we are again, Miss Hanson. Only this time you need an attorney. Breaking and entering, attempted arson.
Miss Hanson had her mother's permission to go into
Shut
that.
up, Matthews. Just shut the hell up for 10 minutes, okay? Will you do that for me, please?
I'm fine, Detective. Really, you don't have to worry.
Hagerty again, is that it?
He was there with Ken Curry. They followed me. They wanted the book. They knocked me out and started the fire.
Oh, okay.
Why would I start the fire and knock myself out?
I don't know. Because you're not that bright?
I'm not going to allow you to.
You shut up, or I'll personally shut you up. Did they get the book?
No. Did you search the warehouse for it?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I did. And I'm beginning to think that book is a figment of your imagination.
I don't think Hagerty killed Jack.
Really? And you changed your mind after he supposedly tried to kill you?
Yes.
His record's worse than Curry's.
I don't think it was him.
Well, if it wasn't him and it wasn't your mother, then who was it? Wait a second. No, it was me, right?
Hold on here. Joanne, look, it's my advice as far as...
I think you should take a look at Sam Lee.
I don't know who he is.
He's a musician. He's married to a friend of mine. He's off the deep end now. He hated Jack.
Not gonna fly, Miss Hanson.
He thought that my friend was having an affair with Jack. He thought Jack was the real father of his daughter, and he ordered a paternity test to prove it. Swan's lab. Look it up.
No, I don't think so. In the meantime, the owner of the warehouse is assessing damage before he presses charges, so you're free to go.
Hello?
You got my message.
I came as fast as I could. How are you?
Okay.
I am sorry. I am so sorry.
They wanted the book. I didn't have it.
I know.
Did you find it?
It wasn't in Jack's storage place. Mr. Leitner, is there any other place it could be? Please, did Jack trust anybody else? All right. Okay, take a look at these. Do any of these ring a bell? What is it? Tom Carver?
Carver.
Do you know where I can find Tom? I'm gonna see him, but I want to ask you about him first. You have no idea who Tom Carver is?
No. You know, Jack wrote one of these every single week. 5 days. No drinks, no pills. I guess I've won my own private little Olympic event.
I'm proud of you, Mother.
Now, look who's the mom. You know, this is the last day of the psychiatric evaluation. And today, the psychiatrist goes before the court and tells the judge whether or not I'm fit to stand trial. And of course, I'm crazy as a loon, but he won't say I'm insane. And I think I should have taken that deal.
Mom, don't give up.
What if I did kill Jack?
I can't believe that.
Well, you thought I killed your father.
What?
Mm-hmm. It was the weekend Jack and I got married, and you and I were arguing about what shoes you would wear. And I finally yelled at you, how can you be so selfish on my day? And you stomped your foot. You said, murder? Daddy died of a broken heart, and you broke it. I think those were exactly your words.
Now is not the time.
I'm running out of time, Joe, and you've been angry with me for too long. Joanne, your father's mistress was his work long before I ever met Thomas.
Somebody had to pay your bar bills.
Good, you're being direct. Doesn't it feel better?
No! Mom! It doesn't feel good saying whatever comes to your mind when it hurts other people.
So I'm not the fantasy mom you wanted. Everyone makes mistakes, you know?
For God's sakes, Mother, would you just take responsibility for your actions?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Would you come sit down? You think I'm a total mess? You should know your grandmother. I saw your grandmother once a week when she came to church Sunday morning, wearing dark sunglasses to hide the hangover from the night before. I didn't see her again until the next Sunday because every night was a party to her and she was unavailable. And so when I had you, I swore things would be different. And I would be a different kind of mom. And you wouldn't have that. And then somewhere along the way, it all fell apart.
I came back because I wanted to reconnect with you. Not some fantasy super mom version, but the real you. I love you, Mom. No matter what. I want us to be close.
It's just what I want.
I don't blame you for not eating. I learned how to cook in prison, you know?
You must have hated Jack for putting you there.
Oh, I only held a grudge for about 20 years. Guess I deserved it. I killed a guy for not shaking hands with me after a fight. 3 years ago, I walk out, land in this glamorous place, and what do you know? There's Jack sitting right here. Maybe he knew who I was, maybe not. I don't know, he didn't say. It was old news.
Starting to understand what my mom saw in him.
What did he see in her?
She didn't kill him.
Well, then who did?
I'm working on that.
You cost me 20 years in the hole. You remember me now?
You're out of your element here, young lady.
Did Jack talk to you about any trouble he was in lately?
No. Jack never talked shop with me. Boxing. That's what we had in common.
Did you read his columns?
Of course. You know, this morning I go to open the paper to look for his column, and I don't see it, and I think, what the hell is this? And I remember he's dead.
You don't seem that broke up about it.
Yeah? Well, Jack would piss in his grave if he thought I was talking about him like he's some kind of saint. He wrote here because this is the only place in Seattle where nobody gave a rat's ass about him.
Did you say he wrote here?
He used to make me burn those little napkins he scribbled on every night.
Did you burn all of them?
What is it you're asking me, Miss Hanson?
Mr. Carver. Tom, do you have Jack's book?
Stopped in early the night he was killed. In a good mood, too, because he'd finally written the end. Asked me to stash this here for safekeeping because he was going out to celebrate. Crazy, huh? Trusting me, of all people? He asked me he'd been better off leaving the bodies buried.
How come you didn't give it to anyone?
You're the first one to ask. You look like you're not buying a word I'm saying.
Should I?
If I wanted to kill Jack, I wouldn't have shot him. I'd have made him drink my coffee.
Yeah, look at you. Ah, be careful.
Hey! Hello, Miss Marybeth. Did Sam come around?
No. Gosh. I think that he knows we know, or at least suspect that he might have killed Jack.
What do you think we'll do next?
That depends on how much he's been drinking. You know, he has one beer too many, he gets a little unpredictable.
Let's just hope Jack mentioned him in his book. Something, anything to take to the police.
Yeah, well, that'd be great if we had a book.
I found the book.
What? Where?
Right in front of me the entire time, if you can believe it. The boxer, Carver, had it. Although for a second I wasn't sure if he was going to give it to me or kill me.
Oh, see? Look at you. I knew it. I knew that you would find it.
That makes one of us.
You are a godsend. Where is it? Can I see it?
I have to give it to Gibson. He's waiting for me downtown.
Gibson? Do you think that that's a good idea?
We have to trust somebody. And so far, there's been no mention of our Gibson. Only his brother.
Ain't it?
Not yet. What do you mean?
No, it's not just I worked for him. I thought you might have mentioned me.
Maybe he did. I'm not finished. I'm surprised. It's really not very personal. It's just one amazing crime story after another.
But did he mention anybody that he might have been afraid of?
Jack didn't seem to be afraid of anybody. But everybody in it might have wanted to kill him.
Can I see it? I just want to look through it.
I'm getting it copied. I don't have it with me. I thought if Hagerty was watching me, I don't want him to get it.
Yeah, see, you're good at this investigative thing. Huh? You ever thought about being a...
No. After all this is done, I'm going to grad school and I'm going to study something safe. Like, I don't know, botany.
Yeah, botany. No.
Can this wait till morning, Miss Hanson? I have evidence to file here. I'll be damned.
Jack didn't even mention you.
My brother's got problems. It doesn't mean I do.
I owe you an apology. I just saw the softball picture there and put 2 and 2 together. Except somehow I got 5. I was never good at math.
I keep that picture there to make sure my head stays screwed on straight.
Hagerty was right to be worried. Jack opened all the doors. There's going to be a lot of people scrambling to cover their tracks. 3 guys alone in the first chapter could have killed him.
I can keep this?
It's a copy.
All right, it'll do for now. Look, I guess I owe you an apology, too. I underestimated you and your mother.
You believe she's innocent?
She didn't call you?
Not yet today. Why?
Where have you been, Miss Hanson? It's all over the news. We released your mother 30 minutes ago.
Really?
She didn't kill Jack McBride. Sam Lee did.
How are you so sure?
We're sure because you and your friend were right. There was a paternity test. We confirmed it with the lab. We went over to Sam's house to ask him about it. We found all kinds of hate mail he had written to Jack and never sent. Death threats. And these.
Oh my God.
I was just about to pick him up.
Mom, where are you?
Well, home now, thank God.
Why didn't you call when they released you? I would have picked you up.
Oh, it's all right, sweetheart. Erin was at the police station. She told me that you were working with Detective Gibson, and she wouldn't mind giving me a ride home.
I'm coming home right now.
Bring the book, okay?
I'm on my way. Erin, have you heard from Sam?
No. Why?
Do you know where he is?
Well, I guess if he's still in town, he could be working at the club.
Okay. If he calls, don't answer. I want you to lock the doors and set the alarms. They're gonna pick him up for Jack's murder.
What?
I'll explain everything when I see you.
Hurry home, sweetheart.
Okay. Bye.
What?
I don't know. Something about my mother's tone.
Well, she did spend nearly a week in prison.
Week dodging bullets and I'm getting paranoid.
Welcome to my world.
Up against the wall!
Against the wall.
Jesus.
Cuff him.
What does this have to do with, for Christ's
You're
sake?
under arrest.
For what?
For the murder of Jack McBride.
We found the evidence at your place, the letters.
What letters? What the hell are you talking about?
Hate letters to Jack McBride. Pictures of him cut to shreds, the bloody gloves.
None of that stuff was mine. I didn't kill him.
You had motive, pal.
What motive?
The paternity test. You thought Mary Beth was Jack's daughter, not yours.
Jesus, you're wrong. You're not even close.
All right, you got 2 seconds, then you're going to jail.
If I had letters and pictures and bloody gloves, you think I'd leave them out for you to find? Look, Erin ordered the paternity test, not me. I know Mary Beth is my kid, and so does she. It was never about Mary Beth. Don't you get it?
Son of a... Take him in. Hold him till you hear from me.
Hello? Hi, sweetheart. I am so sorry I didn't call you.
I'm just glad you're at home.
Did they find Sam?
I don't know.
I've been telling your mom all about him.
It's pretty unbelievable. Aaron, it's been so sweet of you to stay here with me tonight, but I'm sure you're tired and it's all right for you to go home now.
Was Sam running around out there?
I think it's a good idea if she stays.
Well, I am really exhausted.
I'm not leaving until I read that book.
Okay. Aaron, is something wrong?
What, you mean besides my husband getting arrested for murder? No.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, we're here together, right? It's just like when we were kids.
Aaron, are you going to tell her or do I need to?
Tell me what?
Erin was telling me earlier that she believes Jack was her father.
What?
I never wanted to bring you into this, Joe. The paternity test, it wasn't to prove that Mary Beth was Jack's daughter. It was to prove that I am. And I'm sorry that I lied to you. I had to wait for you to find the book so that you would believe me.
I don't understand.
I know. Right before my mom died, she told me that she'd had an affair with Jack and that I was his daughter.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
We lost touch when you moved to New York, you know. And this week didn't really seem like a good time to tell you. They met when he was doing a story about corruption in the healthcare industry. He interviewed her. I hardly even believed it, but then he gave me that job and he was so good to me. I started thinking maybe it was because he knew that I was his daughter, you know? So I told him and I asked him to take the test.
Mom, did Jack tell you about any of this?
Sweetheart, Jack stopped telling me a long time ago about girls who tried to blackmail him.
I never tried to blackmail him.
But Aaron, the results were negative.
No, Jack had them altered. Don't you see this? He knew everyone. He used his influence.
Aaron, I told you, Jack couldn't have been your father.
You just shut up, Maureen.
Jack couldn't have children.
Just shut the hell up!
Aaron.
Aaron, you better calm down.
Aaron, this is pretty unbelievable.
Sit down. Please, sit down.
Come sit down.
I'm sorry. I just want to stay here, and I want to read the book, because if there is one mention of my mom in here, then we'll know the truth, right?
Of course.
Thank you. He doesn't even mention her.
Don't get upset, Aaron.
I don't understand.
Maybe a chapter's missing in the book. Or he was planning on writing more.
No. He told me it was finished.
When did Jack tell you that?
I don't know. A couple of weeks ago.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. Why?
Aaron, both Jack's agent and Tom Carver told me that he didn't finish writing the book until the night he was killed.
So?
So it seems unlikely that he would have told you that a couple of weeks ago. Were you here the night Jack was killed?
What? No.
I think you were.
Joe.
You came over that night to confront him.
You told me that you slept with her. To change this.
Not even try.
When he denied fixing the test, denying you, you knew where the gun was. You practically grew up here.
Joe! No, Joe! Jack! Stop!
my mom passed out and you put the gun in her hand. I just wanted him to admit it. I didn't want your money, Maureen. I just thought maybe he could help me take care of Mary Beth. It was an accident, I swear. I believe that, Aaron. And when you realized what you'd done, you decided to frame Sam. The gloves, the photos, the letters, you hid them at his place for the police to find. But I need to keep him away from Mary Beth. You know that. What are you doing? Maureen, don't. I said don't do that! Stop! All right. Aaron, sweetie, think about Mary Beth. I am thinking about her! She is my life, and if you turn me in, then Sammy will take her! We will say it was an accident. How? Nobody will believe me now because I screwed everything up. I'm sorry. Aaron, calm down. Don't, please, don't. Calm down. Please.
Well, she'll pull through.
Oh, thank God. Feel bad for Mary Beth.
Yeah. Sam will really have to get his act together, won't he?
Child services will help him, but they're not going to cut him much slack.
Can't help but feel bad for Aaron, too.
Did Jack have an affair with her mother?
Well, now you have to remember he was Jack McBride.
I guess. He was one of a kind, huh? All right, well, first thing in the morning, I'll need full statements from both of you.
Right.
If you hadn't have come...
You going to publish the book?
Well, I think he'd probably want us to.
Well, that's going to be one hell of an epilogue. All right, then. Tomorrow morning. Good night.
Good night.
You cook?
Nope. You do.
Hey, Mom. You know I have a life to get back to.
Yeah, I know. Well, I bet there won't be another student in the whole class who'll have a better report on how I spent my spring vacation.
I'm in college now. We don't really do the spring break essays anymore.
Right, I'm sorry. You know, now that I've got you here, I hate to let you go.
I know the feeling.
You know what I've been thinking I might do?
What?
Well, I was thinking I might just sell this house and move back east.
Really?
Yeah, what do you think? You think New York's got room for another flamboyant socialite?
God help New York.
Oh, gosh. All right. Together.
Ready?
Oh, my gosh.